SpongeBob has a bunch of Easter eggs you probably didn't notice, and today I'll be going over some of the coolest ones. First up, we have an awesome reference in the episode Mall Girl Pearl. On one of the store's doors, you'll see graffiti that says Squidward smells and Krabs is This is graffiti from the pre-movie SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob and Patrick kept using swear words. It's nice to see modern SpongeBob reference the older golden seasons of the show. Also, in this episode we see a character from the old episode Squirrel Jokes, so that's pretty neat. There are a few things you might not have seen in the episode Sandy's Rocket. When SpongeBob and Patrick are weightless in the rocket, a book floats by and it has 2001 written on its cover. This is a reference to the novel 2001: A Space Odyssey, which later became a very popular movie. When SpongeBob launches into space, the second time you hear a parody of the Star Wars theme music. The episode Boating Buddies has two Easter eggs. In this scene, you see Mrs. Puff and she's actually dressed up like Jason Voorhees, the antagonist of Friday the 13th. Also, there's a part of the episode where Squidward's hot chocolate lands on his head and SpongeBob said chocolate rain. This is likely a reference to the Tay Zonday song of the same name.
Coffee rain!
It's hot chocolate.
Chocolate rain!
In pizza delivery, there's a can of Diet Dr. Kelp. This is an Easter egg that references Diet Dr. Pepper. The season 10 episode Whirly Brains has a part where Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff are on a date, but you see graffiti saying Sharks and Pods. This is a reference to the season 9 episode Sharks vs. Pods. No Weenies Allowed has a scene where Patrick beats himself up in front of SpongeBob, and this is very similar to the way the narrator beats himself up in Fight Club. Also, at one point in the episode, a tough guy says he ate a bowl of nails without milk for breakfast this morning, and in the SpongeBob movie, we actually see a guy eating a bowl of nails without milk. In Mimic Madness, SpongeBob tells Mr. Krabs to bring it around town. You probably remember that this is one of those quotable lines from the season 1 episode Bubble Stand.
Bring it around town! Bring it around town!
The entire episode of Clams is a parody of the movie Jaws. The big clam is clearly the shark, and each SpongeBob character on the boat represents a character in the movie. Also, the music throughout this episode is extremely similar to the Jaws theme song. In Tudor Sauce, there's an inflatable jellyfish guy in the background. This is an Easter egg to the older episode with Kevin Cucumber. The episode Sharks vs. Pods has a picture of a spatula with 3 different sides. Although this may not look familiar, it actually appeared in the very first episode of the show. A few Easter eggs are seen in the season 4 episode Have You Seen the Snail? Gary and Grandma are driving in the car and Grandma says, "Set phasers on fun." This is a reference to the Star Trek line, "Set phasers on stun." When SpongeBob said, "I think it has something to do with this bowl," the music that plays is very similar to Jeopardy's theme song.
I think it has something to do with this bowl. Gary's food bowl. That's it! I gotta feed Gary!
In Sanctuary, we see a very familiar fish waiting in line at the Krusty Krab. This reference dates back all the way to the season 1 episode Opposite Day, and it's that lady who came to Squidward's house seeing that everyone was Squidward. In Snooze You Lose, the hash-slinging slasher guy makes an appearance. The episode Burst Your Bubble has a part where SpongeBob says you don't need a license to drive a bubble. This might be an Easter egg to the SpongeBob movie where he says you don't need a license to drive a sandwich. Also, there's a sign that says Barnacle Chips, and this is a reference to the fan-favorite chocolate with nuts.
There must be something to this selling game that we're just not getting. Other people do it, I mean, look at that!
Eat barnacle chips. They're delicious.
They are most certainly not delicious.
Not the way I use them.
In Plankton Gets the Boot, SpongeBob is lying on his couch at home. You can see a bunch of different objects, and many of them are Easter eggs from previous episodes. The balloons spell fun, which is a clear reference to the season 1 episode. The Krusty Krab pizza can be seen referencing the episode Pizza Delivery. Eels and Escalators is on the floor, and that was a game SpongeBob and Patrick played in Sailor Mouth. Finally, there's a Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy paddleball set, which played a role in the episode Have You Seen the Snail? Anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos, give a thumbs up, and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.